Renowned astrophysicist Michio Kaku has sounded a major warning. Betelgeuse, one of the brightest stars in the night sky, could be on the verge of a colossal explosion. The red giant has been behaving unpredictably, and recent changes suggest that a supernova event might be imminent. If this massive star goes supernova, it could light up our skies like never before. What does this mean for us on Earth? Could this stellar explosion have serious consequences? Stay tuned, because this cosmic event might be closer than we think. Betelgeuse, a massive red supergiant star in the constellation Orion, has been acting unusually in recent years. The most notable event happened in late 2019, when Betelgeuse experienced what scientists now call the Great Dimming. During this period, its brightness dropped dramatically, up to 60%, which caught the attention of astronomers worldwide. This significant decrease lasted for several months, causing widespread speculation about what could be happening. Such drastic changes in brightness are not common and often indicate something serious for a star of this size and stage in its life. As Betelgeuse is a red supergiant nearing the end of its lifespan, this dimming event might be a sign that the star is entering a highly unstable phase. For a star like Betelgeuse, this could mean it is preparing for a massive explosion, also known as a supernova. Astronomers have also noticed fluctuations in its size and shape, making Betelgeuse even more unpredictable. These changes are signals of instability and are typical for a star in its final stages, burning through its remaining fuel at a rapid pace. All these unusual behaviors suggest that Betelgeuse is approaching a critical point in its life cycle. The sudden and drastic drop in Betelgeuse's brightness has raised serious concerns among scientists. Usually, when a star dims this much, it can indicate major internal changes. For a star as massive as Betelgeuse, such fluctuations might mean it is nearing the end of its life and could explode into a supernova sooner than expected. This is why experts are paying close attention to every detail. Michio Kaku, a renowned theoretical physicist, has publicly shared his concerns, stating that Betelgeuse's strange behavior could be a precursor to a supernova event. If this is true, it would be one of the most spectacular astronomical events witnessed by humanity. What makes this particular situation unique is how rapidly the changes are happening, suggesting that the timeline for Betelgeuse's explosion could be much shorter than originally thought. Astrophysicists are watching closely for other signs, such as more sudden drops in brightness or unusual shifts in its shape and temperature. If these patterns continue, it might confirm that Betelgeuse is in the final phases before it goes supernova. However, predicting the exact timing is still challenging, so scientists remain cautious but vigilant. A supernova is the dramatic death of a massive star. It occurs when a star like Betelgeuse exhausts its nuclear fuel, causing the core to collapse under the force of gravity. This collapse triggers a powerful explosion, releasing an immense amount of energy in a short span of time. The outer layers of the star are blasted into space, creating a glowing cloud of gas and dust called a nebula. The stages leading to a supernova include the star's core burning heavier elements like carbon and oxygen until it forms iron. At this point, fusion stops generating energy, and the core can no longer support its own weight. When the collapse happens, the explosion is so intense that it can outshine entire galaxies for a brief period. Supernovas are rare, but incredibly powerful, marking the end of a massive star's life and spreading heavy elements across space. Betelgeuse is located about 642 light-years away from Earth, which is far enough to ensure that its eventual explosion would not harm our planet. Although the supernova would be powerful, the distance between us and the star is great enough to absorb most of the harmful radiation before it reaches us. If Betelgeuse goes supernova, it would create a spectacular sight in the sky. The explosion would be bright enough to be visible during the daytime, potentially shining as brightly as the full moon. At night, it could dominate the sky for weeks or even months. The light would fade gradually as the energy dissipates. There could be a slight increase in cosmic radiation, but Earth's atmosphere would act as a protective shield, absorbing most of it. This means there would be no direct threat to life on Earth. The only impact would be visual, a stunning celestial display unlike anything seen in modern times. So, while Betelgeuse's supernova would be a major event for astronomers, it's more of a cosmic show than a danger to our planet. The timing of a supernova is extremely difficult to predict. Even though Betelgeuse is showing signs of instability, no one knows exactly when it will explode. It could happen within the next few years, or it might not occur for another 1,000 years. Stars like Betelgeuse can go through long periods of unpredictable behavior before they finally reach the supernova stage. Astronomers use advanced telescopes and instruments to monitor its activity, but these tools can't give an exact timeline. The recent dimming of Betelgeuse might indicate that an explosion is approaching, or it could just be a part of the star's natural cycle. This uncertainty makes predicting the event challenging, and while the star's strange behavior is exciting, it's not a clear sign of an imminent supernova. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, the supernova will begin with the collapse of its core. This sudden collapse causes a massive release of energy, sending shockwaves through the star's outer layers. The result is a powerful explosion that releases light and energy across space. The supernova will be extremely bright, potentially visible even during the daytime, and it could outshine all other stars in the night sky. After the explosion, the remaining core may become a neutron star, an incredibly dense object packed with neutrons. If the core's mass is large enough, it could collapse further into a black hole, where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. The explosion will also send the star's outer layers into space, forming a bright nebula filled with heavy elements like carbon and oxygen. These materials will spread throughout space, contributing to the formation of new stars and planets. If Betelgeuse goes supernova, it would be a rare opportunity for astronomers to witness a massive star's final moments. Observing this event in real time would allow scientists to study the entire process of star death and refine theories about how these stars evolve and die. Betelgeuse would become a natural laboratory, where experts could observe the stages leading up to a supernova, which is something that's rarely seen. Researchers hope to learn more about the internal changes in such stars and how their final explosions contribute to the distribution of elements throughout the universe. While Betelgeuse's supernova wouldn't harm Earth directly, it could have some impact on space technology. Scientists are curious about how the increased radiation and cosmic rays might affect satellites, space stations, and long-term missions. Electronics in space are vulnerable to high-energy particles, and a supernova could increase the risk of malfunctions. To counter this, engineers might need to design better shielding for equipment and plan safety measures for astronauts. The data gathered from such an event could also help guide future missions, giving insights into how to protect technology and astronauts during intense cosmic events as humanity expands deeper into space. A supernova would be a stunning spectacle that would capture the world's attention. People around the globe would likely look up and marvel at a new, bright object in the sky. Such a rare event could spark interest in astronomy and inspire people to learn more about the universe. Media outlets would provide extensive coverage, and the event could become a symbol of the wonders and mysteries of space. This supernova would remind us of our place in a dynamic cosmos and deepen our fascination with the universe.